Hi guys, so let's talk about Hyperliquid or the hype token. Now, as everything is going down, the interesting thing is that the hype is holding it really well, and it is still at $39 as you can see. And so let's break it down what is happening with the hype and if the market does recover, where the hype could be headed. Now, the reason why I think the hype is holding it really well is because of the demand for these perpetual trading platform or basically these derivatives like on chain. So as of now, I think overall the trend is that all of that derivative volume is on like decentralized exchanges, and hype is big one. Now, if we just look at volume by the chains, this is how it looks like. So in the last 30 days, there is zero knowledge lighter, and that is like basically going head to head with Hyperliquid, as you can see here. And in the last 30 days, it is like even higher, but in the last 24-hour, Hyperliquid is still like the biggest one, as you can see here. And this is how the trend look like. So back in December, the decentralized volume was at if you look at the Hyperliquid, it actually peaked somewhere around I think $8 billion, and the second biggest one was like Solana. And now we have the biggest day was on October 9th, as you can see, with Hyperliquid hitting 10 billion and there is ZK Lite hitting 9.6 billion. Now this trend is if you look here, the trend is clear. So as of now, the demand for these derivative platform is really high, and especially on decentralized platforms. So again, because of this demand, I think the hype is doing extremely well, and I think it shows in this graph as well. So I think that is the only reason why hype is holding it really well compared to others. So there is another factor that is also impacting a hype as well, and the reason why hype is holding it really well. So besides perhaps there is something called, if you look at their hyper screener, you will see that there is a revenue tab, and if you look at that revenue, there is a mention of buybacks. So basically I believe they are using their revenue to buy back hype token. And if you look here, back in December, the total supply bought back was around 87.87%, and as of now it is at 3.51%. That is massive. And if you look at the current circulating supply bought back is at 10%. That is also massive. And if you look at the amount, it is around $600 million, which is just massive. Now there is also another factor. So if you just go to the fees section, in the Hyper AVM, there is also burn happening as well, as you can see. So that is another factor that is also impacting, I think that is also impacting hype as well. Overall, everything about hype seems to be really bullish from these things at least, but there is one issue, I would say. So if you just go to the token unlocks, there is monthly token unlocks going on for the core contributors. Now hype doesn't have any investors, so that is something really good. But again, they do have these core contributors monthly unlocks going on. So I don't think that team would be selling that much, but it is something worth mentioning. So as I said, so there are two things that are impacting hype. The first one would be that the interest in perps is really at all-time high on decentralized exchanges, and if you look here, the volume shows it, as you can see. And another factor is that it has buybacks going on, as well as there are fees burning as well. So everything is lining up. So I think as the revenue goes up, and the buybacks will increase as well. So again, that all depends on the perps volume going up as well on the decentralized exchanges. So I think this is the biggest factor that is impacting the hype token on why it is holding it really well. Now let's just talk about the price. So as of now, the BTC is going down. So if BTC goes as low as 76k, I think that is a possibility. It can go that low, but again if we get a V-type recovery, that is going to be insane. But as of now it is in the downtrend, so I think the BTC will like most likely follow this trend as of now. So will most likely, even if it does go up, it will most likely reject somewhere around 105, and after that it will most likely go down. That is the trend the BTC is following. So if you look at the hype is doing exactly the same. So it is like in the downtrend ever since September. So again, as of now, if it does go up, I think the possibility of it like rejecting somewhere around $45 is really high. So again, as of now, the hype does have like a capital injection directly from these buybacks, so that is something the hype has. And if you look at like the average price for the buybacks, that is also really well. So overall, the hype as of now does have like the capital injection, but if the market doesn't improve, eventually the volume for the pubs will go down, and if that happens, the capital that is being injected from the buybacks will also go down. So that means the hype will most likely make a correction as well, and if that happens, I think we are looking at like this is probably the best zone to get hype into. So basically somewhere around, I think 35 to 34 is a really good buy zone for the hype, because we have a touch here, as well as it hold it really well around here as well, and we also have a touch here. So again, if it goes in this exact zone, the possibility of it bouncing back is really high. So if it like bounces back from here, I think it will eventually retest on this trend line. And if market doesn't improve, if BTC doesn't break this trend line downtrend, I think the hype will most likely go down. That is what we are looking at. And if it breaks this like support, I think it will most likely retest as low as I think 30 to like I think $30 to $29 is also another really great entry for this token, I think, for this coin, I mean, and we'll see. But I think this is also another pretty good entry around $28. I think this is another bounce back point that we'll most likely see if it loses this $34 to like $33 support. If it does go down below that, I think we'll most likely see a bounce back somewhere around like $28. But again, as of now, if it breaks this trend line, so let's say that if we do get like let's say that we get a retest here, and after that it goes up, and if we do see a breakout from here, I think it can go as high as $50 or even higher than that. And eventually, if it breaks above from this trend line or from this downtrend that has been ever since September, we could see like a new all-time high as well. That is another possibility that we are looking at. Again, I think I covered pretty much everything about the hype and why the token is holding it really well, and also my analysis. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back with more. Thank you.